Hello, hello, hello. Uh, just doing my third blog for the Teach for America. This is the induction week, which is the introduction to actually really training to be a teacher. Right now, it's more like a kind of reflection period. I got a glare on the glasses. I can't stand that glare on my glasses. But it's a like it's more of a why are we here and what are we doing kind of a week. And next week is the start of the actual real training. The institute is what they call it, and it's student teaching. I guess you could consider it like student teaching over the summer school for students who have to take summer school. And it is supposedly, from what I hear from certain people who've done it already, it's a pretty intense experience where you're going to be getting up at 5 in the morning and then getting back in the like living space at 5 in the afternoon, and then preparing for the next day until 10 at night. So it's going to be a ridiculously hard experience, especially having a child and a family and just being not even being able to think about them. And I know, I got a great family support system that they're just helping me out a lot. But at the same time, just seems weird to be out there and putting in my heart into all these other children whenever mine's at home and I'm not there. Am I hurting her? Am I damaging her? I don't know. I don't think so, but because she's a pretty independent kid and she knows I'm here, she knows what's going on in my life. But you know, just the regular mother stresses. There's all kinds of stresses I'm going through right now. I still, even though I have so many people who are just being so reassuring, so supportive, and so like, oh, that test that she has to take, it's no big deal. And people who have taken it, who's given me heads up, there's nothing I can do. I cannot shut that little voice in my brain up that says, well, you're not good at taking tests. So they're telling you that it's easy because they're good at taking tests and they don't know what they're talking about. And so I've just, I don't know how to get rid of that. My father really never had very many nice things to say about anybody who was in his family to the person in their family. Like, I mean, somebody from the outside came into the family like, yeah, my son is intelligent, my daughter is beautiful, my wife is my wife is loyal, and everything. But then whenever everybody left behind the scenes, he'd be like, you're stupid, you're ugly, you're worthless, and that was how he was. I don't know if it was a superiority thing or if it was just himself experienced abuse, but that voice still exists, even years and years and years and years and years later. I still feel that voice in the back of my head, and it's so crazy. It's like the abuser, although he's gone out of my life, it's still I become my own abuser. I am my own abuser, and I have to battle with myself, and I'm so tired of it. I just don't want to fight in my own brain. I mean, you just don't, like, the dialogue in my head is kind of like a constant argument when it comes to this kind of stuff, because I'm like, on the one side, the side that is wise and smart and is me, the real me, is saying all those negative things that are lies. They were lies that were told to you by somebody who was told lies, you know, by a sick person, really. And you don't have to believe it because they really didn't even believe it themselves. Like, I don't think my father thought we were stupid and worthless. I think he had a problem, and that's what he did. That's how he dealt with his problem. But so I've got that voice in my head telling me that that's not real. That's not the truth. I am not a stupid person. I am not worthless. I'm good, and I'm just as good as anybody else here. And I shouldn't second guess myself. But and then on the other hand, I've got this voice in my head that just will not stop putting myself down. It is crazy because I told myself today I was walking and the dialogue in my head was like, oh God, I'm so just not looking for this test. I suck at tests. Remembering all the negative experiences I had with tests, and then I stopped myself. I said, no, that is not the way to think. That's not right. You are better than that. You're gonna murder this test. This test is gonna be going to be off the chain. I'm going to handle it like, with confidence. I need to stop saying these negative things to myself. Don't be such stupid. And I was like, did I just seriously give myself a pep talk and end it by insulting myself? Really? I did that, and it's just like, how do you, like, I just really want to take out, you have a computer, and if you get a virus or if you get some kind of, problems with the computer that's slow, you have to take it and you have to clean your hard drive up, clean up all the things that are slowing you down and lagging you behind. And I want to be able to do that in my brain. I want to be able to go and take it and be like, oh no, this is a cookie. Here's some junk mail or whatever, and just clear it out, and then start fresh, and have a new brain. Because that's what I feel like. I feel like that's probably the reason why I've never done well on tests, because of the lack of confidence and the belief in myself. And I feel it's just like, if I could just get that voice out of my head. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know. I mean, it might be one of those things where therapy is the only way, or just, I don't know. I don't know how to do it. I mean, I guess trying to be diligent, just diligently putting a red flag, just like staking a red flag every time. Every time I have a negative thing to say about myself, put that flag up and say, oh, scratch that, reverse it, go back, or whatever. What is the Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory? Scratch that, reverse it, or whatever. I'm just gonna, nope, erase that. Just take 3 steps back, say something positive about myself, and remind myself. I have to remind myself that it wasn't easy to get in this program. Not everyone gets in this program. As a matter of fact, most people do not get in this program. So there's got to be something about me that is meant to be here. And so what if I haven't had positive experiences with tests? I can reframe that in my brain. I have the ability to go back in each one of those tests and say, I could have done a lot better. Like, I just got done talking to somebody because I was really, I guess it all started with just the SATs, or just those standardized tests that you take. And I took my SATs and I did really poorly on it, and it was devastating, absolutely devastating. I just said, I guess I'm going to the military. I'm too stupid. I'm just too stupid. And I was really devastated. But then I had this person was just telling me, like, well, when I was in high school, as early as 10th grade, my mom started pushing me to take the SATs. And we had money. She said, I'll pay, her mom said she would be willing to pay to get her through. And she said she started taking it in 10th grade, and her mom made her take it over and over. And it didn't matter if she made an okay score or not. She made her take it over and over and over, every opportunity she could. She said she took it 4 times, even though she did really well. She took it 4 times because her ultimate goal wasn't like, get a really good score. It was learn how to take a test. And I never did. I never learned how to take a test. It wasn't something I really learned because I had problems with learning. I had learning disabilities, and I don't learn in that manner. Like, how they would teach you to prepare for a test, the way they teach you to prepare it is not the way I learned. Just to give instructions, that doesn't do anything to me. I have to practice it. I have to do it myself. And simulated test taking would have been extremely useful for me, practice tests and everything like that. But I had no idea. I just knew that if you want to go to college, you have to take the SAT, period. So I took it, and I did bad. And then that was the precedent that set the tone for years and years and years to come. Well, after that, it's just like, there are certain things that I've avoided just because of test, and it's limited me. So I'm deciding now that I don't want to be that person that identifies as being a poor test taker. That all I need to do is just keep trying, and eventually I'll do well. And then, because of that problem I have, because of the stress that I have from test taking and everything, I'm going to be a good resource to these students, because I'm going to be able to say to them, yeah, I understand what you're going through. Trust me, I understand, of all people. And it's not that bad. You can do it. And I did it, and I'll show you how I did it. And maybe it'll work for you. If it doesn't, then we'll try to find a way that will. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what I want to do with it. It's just crazy. I spent so much time hating tests, just hating tests, and I don't really need to. I don't need to hate them. They're gonna. I want to make it where the tests hate me because I'm gonna destroy them. That's what I want. Tests hate me because I'm gonna destroy them. That's what I want. So maybe so. So actually, I am gonna study some more. Um, I'm going to study tonight and tomorrow because next week I won't be able to study for the test. I'll be starting the intense teaching program, and you have to make lesson plans and everything like that. So I don't even want to give myself the illusion. So right now, I'm just going to study tonight. I'm going to study every opportunity I have tomorrow. There's this social thing that's happening in the evening, and as much as I'd like to attend that in full, but I don't think I'll attend the full thing. I might just go have dinner and just be like, yay, we had fun, and then head back to the dorms and study some more because even if you know what I'm saying, like that's how you get better. You just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And yeah, sure, everybody needs a break every once in a while, but in all honesty, I'll take a break when I'm secure, when I know that this is set in stone. You know, until I take this test and get the results back, I'm not gonna know. So I'm not gonna slack. I'm just gonna push myself and fight and fight and fight and fight and fight. And I'm going to make this test my bitch. That's all I can do. So that's on that note. Uh, today was just rough. Today was an emotional roller coaster because I was just really, really trying to be positive and then getting mad at myself for not being positive and therefore being negative. So it's been a rough day. But I feel a lot better now because usually at the end of the day, by the end of the day, I've hashed out my problems and worked it through in my brain and figured out ways to address it. But it's just I'm not gonna. I don't want to be. I want to be positive, but at the same time, I don't want to be delusional and say that I might, you know, like I'm never gonna fall back into this trap of is this what I, you know, I'm not gonna just be a delusional person and say that this is gonna be the last time I'm gonna go back and be negative or whatever. Because no, it could happen again. I could fall back into the trap, but I'm gonna be diligent. Whenever it happens, I'm gonna step it up and I'm gonna make it positive. That's my plan. I'm going to be diligent and I'm going to be self-aware and I'm going to work it out. I'm going to work it out, and maybe that's how you do erase these negative things from your brain. Not necessarily erase them, but rewrite them like a rewritable CD or something. I'm going to rewrite this stuff, and instead of being negative, I'm going to make it a positive thing. So, anyways, if anybody out there is struggling with test taking or anything, I just want to tell you, I feel you, and you know, you can join me on my quest to strike fear in all test the hearts of test. I'll work on that little fun phrase. I will have a good one. Just let me think about it. Maybe next week. Good night, everyone, and thank you. Love, peace, and laughter to you all. Goodbye.